And I'll be the first to say that I've grown since then, and I've moved on from former views.
Yeah, you've moved on from the Xbox console warrior grift to the
100%.
Anti-LGBTQ grift.
Sure, if that's what you want to call it. Have you?
That's what it is, man.
There's this thing you see on YouTube a lot now, and it's called grifting, and you see people like Luke Stevens and Asmongold doing it a lot, and it just basically means these people have no integrity whatsoever.
A few moments later.
I can't believe the morning I woke up and I was like, holy crap, like one of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold, was like making a video, responding to my video. For a second, I was panicking. I was like, oh man, I hope he likes it. I hope he likes it. I hope he likes it. You have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear. One of my favorite YouTubers, Asmongold.
You can see that he makes subtle references about religion, specifically Christianity, like being a Giga Chad Christ follower.
The LGBTQ crowd are satanic devil worshippers, so of course they have witches in their game. No Giga Chad would actually play this slop. We would say, get behind me, Satan, while we leave to go play Kingdom Come Deliverance and old school Rainbow Six games. So did anybody actually play this satanic dog shit game? But as time has gone on, I've noticed a pretty upsetting trend in the content of all three of these guys. Have you noticed these three creators never call anything woke?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, you know, judging the game by its merits and actually analyzing it is a little bit different than, yeah. You know, they're actually applying analysis to it versus calling it woke, I guess, sure.
You have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear.
So at the end of one of his videos where he wants to start a virtual Bible meetup.
Also, on the side, I'm thinking of starting a virtual meetup where we literally just study God's word, the Bible, together and reject modernity and talk about what it looks like to be a Christ follower and reject this stuff in our culture today. So comment Bible down below if you think you might want to be involved in that. You have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear. Have you noticed they never talk about the LGBTQI7 community and how they basically run video games right now? Have you...
Bro! Wait, hold on, wait a minute.
Hey, Ackman, I have one question just to start off. In the words of the African prince, why are you gay?
The gays run the games industry now? Really? Oh, really now? This has to be satire, dude. The gays run the game industry. Okay, so the uglification of women and stuff, right? It's funny because it's like, I remember I saw this clip of like fucking, what was it, Silent Hill 2, right? Like fucking, they were complaining about one of the Angela. She was ugly or whatever in the game. Like she wasn't, I guess, as hot as she was in the original PS2 release. And it's like, if you play Silent Hill 2, it's like, she literally is like a fucking victim. Like there's a scene where she's like breaking down. And they were pointing out, it's like, bro, she's ugly. I'm like, she's having a fucking breakdown, bro. Like, what the fuck?
You have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear. I mean, I get why you play both sides, because you can grow a bigger audience.
You keep saying that. I don't play both sides. I make fun of both sides.
Not pissing off the gays.
Yes, yes, that's how I grew my channel. But it's obviously
you have zero integrity and you play both sides. I get it. That's classic.
That's what I do, buddy. I mean, I play both sides. That's why both sides hate me at times, because I make fun of both of them, because I don't restrict myself to 50% of the material. Why would I do that?
When have you ever hated on the LGBT community in any
One of my most popular videos is feminism and SJWs versus video. What are you talking about?
Like a 10-year-old video.
It has 5.4 million views, bro. What are you?
People are like, what happened?
You keep moving the goalposts on everything. It's like, when have you ever made fun? The Hogwarts Legacy shit was last year. You don't know anything about my channel, bro.
People are like, what happened to that act man? That's honestly what people are saying now. What happened to that act man? Because he went away. He disappeared.
No, he didn't. I made the Hogwarts Legacy video last year. What are you talking about?
Questionable.
Check it out right now.
I'm telling you what the audience is saying about you. They're saying that you fell off.
Yeah. So you're just regurgitating what your audience is saying. I don't care what your audience thinks. I care about what you think. I want to hear your opinions, okay?
You have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear.
So the thing about the word woke is it harkens back to that old story we all read and were taught when we were growing up. The boy who cried wolf. These days, it's the boy who cried woke. There is so much disingenuous criticism using the word woke. The word is so liberally applied to everything because there are so many online grifters who produce daily outrage content that are saying, this thing is woke, you should be angry, you should be upset. Tune in tomorrow for episode 4169 on why Star Wars is woke now and why you should hate it and be mad and angry and upset. There's so much of that going on that the ending of the story of The Boy Who Cried Wolf is that at the end there was a wolf out there, but because there were so many false claims of there being a wolf, the people didn't help him. So that's what's happened with the word woke. When I hear somebody, so it's what happened to the words racist and sexist a few years ago. People were saying like air conditioning sexist and, you know, all this stupid shit is racist and sexist, and it destroyed the meaning that those words are supposed to have. The Boy Who Cried Racist, The Boy Who Cried Sexist, The Boy Who Cried Woke. These are 3 books in a volume, okay? That all have the same ending. You know, I can respect the grift to a certain extent, but you have absolutely no grounds to question my integrity when you have none.
You have no integrity, and you will just regurgitate whatever people want to hear.
And now for something completely different.
AndyPants Gaming is known for a lot of their hot takes on the gaming industry and how wokeism has really just killed video games and how so many games are now gay and retarded. But for the extreme few that knew him before he went on his anti-woke crusade, he was known, and I'm not joking, as an Xbox fanboy. Like stated by the Act Man in the very beginning of this video, he was a failed console warrior grifter that turned anti-woke because it was successful for him. And there is literal proof of his crimes. Nowadays on Twitter, AndyPants Gaming likes to post about anything that is related to anti-woke gaming, anything that doesn't fit with his personal or religious political agendas, or anything like that. You know, the casual anti-woke grifter stuff. It'll even get to a point where his posts actually get blocked because they're violating rules on Twitter against hateful conduct, and in the last few years, these restrictions, I'd like to say at least, have been heavily lifted, but he still finds a way to get blocked. I'll give it to him though, he has garnered over 200,000 subscribers on his channel, way more than he could have garnered with the console grifting. You're probably thinking, MJ, show us the fucking posts already. I got you. These posts come from a video called The World's Most Childish Xbox Fanboy. I'll leave a link in the description down below. But AndyPants Xbox, as his account was called, would post things like, when Xbox wakes up in the morning, they piss excellence. When PlayStation wakes up in the morning with walking simulators and QuickTime events. Or absolute bangers like, damn, another Sony exclusive that lost 500% of its player base. He can't do math, but you do hate to see it. Or, you'll love to see the pony double standard, with a meme saying all the games running at 30 FPS on the PS5 with Bart Simpson being blind, or one game running at 30 FPS on Xbox, with Bart Simpson at a telescope, you know, fine scoping on what the 30 FPS will look like in an Xbox exclusive, the great Xbox exclusives. And I'll even go to AndyPants at one point. In the early days of his newer channel, he actually had decent content, right? At least in my opinion, and now I know I'm a channel with only 2,000 subscribers, so I don't really have much of a thing to say, but I do feel like a lot of his content was at the end of, look, this could be really high quality, this is solid quality, and isn't just to garner attention for the sake of garnering attention, for just rage baiting. But now, the majority of his new content is strictly for rage baiting, to make money, to garner attention, to garner views, to garner subscribers, and you know what? He's successful at it. 200,000 subscribers, I can't say that you're a failure of a channel. You've done a fantastic job in garnering the same people who are angry about the problem that you guys are angry about. And I will never take that away from you. If you would like to spend the rest of your days as a grown-ass man with kids talking about how wokeism in your favorite hobby has killed it, even though it quite literally hasn't, and quite literally never will, and you'd like to cry wolf like the Act Man said for the days to come, you can keep doing that. I will not stop you, but I will make fun of you, repeatedly, incessantly, and I will keep making videos like this one. But what really gets me is I actually know why AndyPants follows me on Twitter. Yes, he actually follows me on Twitter. I know it's because I'm not some anti-woke channel where I'm like a hardcore Christian or anything. It's because I was, several years ago, even in the last like maybe 4 years, was very pro Xbox. I did participate in console warring as a young 16-year-old, not a 20 or 30 or 40-year-old man, and you know what? I'm not surprised that a fellow Xbox fanboy would follow another fellow Xbox fanboy. So now, just thinking about it, finally realizing why this guy actually follows me on Twitter. And I know we're past the part making fun of his old Xbox fanboy tweets, but I just had to show you guys this. I'm pretty sure I saw this. I'm pretty sure I've seen this tweet before. Even outside of this video, I'm like 100% sure I've actually seen this tweet. He stated, should we talk about how the greatest RPG of all time is a console exclusive to Xbox? Oops, and the bro got community noted. He got community noted. I'm like 100% sure I've seen this tweet. Like 100% sure I probably corrected him in those comments. But I would like to say to AndyPants Gaming, either directly, I doubt he'll ever see this video, but I would like to state your hate speech towards people in the LGBT community, towards anyone in any community, whether if they're a minority, whether if they're white, black, Asian, Hispanic, I don't really care, gay, lesbian, whatever. It is not free speech. Your hate speech does not constitute, and you cannot block it by saying, oh, it's my fundamental right as a human that I'm allowed to say it. That is not free speech. You're being hateful towards another person, another human being. You have been given a voice in the gaming community. Unfortunately, it's one of the worst voices that anyone could ever imagine. You are surrounded by over 200,000 people that think your ideas are the best. You are surrounded by 200,000 people of racist, bigoted, and just asshole people. That is straight up who you are surrounded by. And you know what? If you find that fine, that's completely fine again. You are on the successful YouTube channel side of things. You have done way more than I think I will even ever reach. But god damn it, you are the epitome of a horrible human being. You are. You have built your brand. You have built your grift. And it is a grift. You can't say it's not, because you attempted this before with the Xbox console grifting. You tried. You tried to be a Colt Eastwood. You tried to be a Paris. You tried to be one of those, and you failed at it. You failed horribly at it. You can never reach the heights of an MBG, of a PlayStation fanboy, even if you're fanboying. He built his channel. MBG specifically, if you don't know, he's a PlayStation-centric channel. Heavy PlayStation fanboy. He built up to 100,000 subscribers doing what he does. And you know what? He does it the best out of any other PlayStation fanboy channel. And he did it without being racist, without being sexist, without being bigoted. Unfortunately, you could not even find, and even though I can't believe I'm complimenting him here, MBG has enough personality to actually develop a community based on what he talks about. You are straight up just rage baiting for the sake of rage baiting because your failed console grift never worked out for you. You have the current idea that if you align yourself with hardcore right-wing people who are heavy Christians that hate gay people, hate minorities, and all of that sort of stuff, and you can even lean into the gaming side of things because you have no opinions outside of video games. You get no traction whatsoever when you're not talking about anti-woke stuff. You will post tweets asking people to play games with you, and it will get 100th or 1/10 of the likes that you'll get if you post about anything anti-woke or you post about anything gay and retarded. You do not have the same voice in a normal gaming community as you might think you do. You are stuck in a little echo chamber that grows each day. Don't get me wrong. Each day you probably have tens or hundreds of people come into your channel because they believe that what you are spreading is gospel. They believe that you're doing the right thing in the gaming industry, that you're fighting back against the gays that control the community, and that so many video games now are just gay and retarded and bad because they're woke, because there's a woman lead, or because their jaw is a bit too defined as masculine, or because there's a black character instead of a white character. One of your main arguments for Concord failing, Concord, the $400 million flumber of a live service title, not because it was blown out of proportion in terms of budget or that Sony just fundamentally decided, yes, let's make a hero shooter and a market that is full of free-to-play hero shooters. No, none of that was your argument. Your argument was that there were no white people. Your argument was that there were shoehorned black people. No one cared about that when you're actually taking an analytical look at how the game failed. It did not fail because the characters have pronouns. That was funny to make fun of, but at the end of the day, it was not the reason why Concord failed. It failed because Sony fumbled the biggest bag out of $400 million that I've ever seen in my entire life. How you were able to fumble almost $500 million on a new intellectual property, you're getting me into an entire other rant, but that is how you are. And that is not only how you are, that is how every other anti-woke grifter in the gaming community is now. They don't take a look at anything else. The only reason a game could fail is because it's woke, is because the developer is woke, is because the writing is woke, is because there's a black character, is because there's a shoehorned gay character, that even though there's been gay and black characters in this industry since since the beginning. Since the beginning, the original Final Fantasy VII, a game from the 1990s, had a black lead character, and you're gonna tell me that you have a problem with it now? No, you have a problem with it because the grift is easy, because you can make the easiest, the dirtiest money off of it. And you know what? I applaud you for that. You've done a successful job, and I hope the best for you in your future endeavors. Thank you all for watching this video. If you did enjoy, consider leaving a like, sharing, commenting, subscribing, if you so choose to. I'll see you guys in the next video.